We start today's Bears Now mailbag with Piss Missile. He asks, should the Bears use Kyler Gordon as an outside corner when he returns? We've talked about this briefly, and first of all, Gordon is out minimum at least one more week on short-term IR. Could be longer. We don't know. But let's say he's back in the next few weeks. Well, C.J. Gardner-Johnson has been awesome at nickel, and while he's versatile, he's not someone you can really play on the outside. He's a nickel safety hybrid. I'm not taking Gardner-Johnson off the field. Period, point blank. He's been your best defensive player. He's installed an energy into this defense. I'm not messing with what he's doing. So whatever that means for Kyler Gordon, does that mean you play him on the outside for Tyreek Stevenson or Nashawn Wright? I don't know, but to me, I would find a way to get both these guys on the field because they're both dynamic playmakers. So I'm not sure what Spags has to do to accomplish that. Gordon's played some outside corner in his career, especially in base sets. So I would at least try it, is what I would do, because C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I'm not taking him on the field off the field, and quite frankly, he's earned a role on this team. There's just no reason to mess with that right now. Who would you have as the starting nickel if both are healthy? Type KG for Kyler Gordon, CJ, GJ for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Right now, I got to go with Gardner-Johnson. He's earned it. He's been awesome. Not saying Gordon long-term isn't the guy, but he just hadn't been healthy this year. The Notcast, could we trade DJ Cole and a day 3 pick for a first? Probably not, because that's two somewhat sizable contracts. I mean, let's say DJ Cole and a 4th for a first. Well, let's just individualize these. DJ Moore in a trade this offseason, let's say he finishes this year and just has like a solid year. He has like 800 yards, 5 touchdowns, adds in 100, 150 rushing. Like, good year, but not like, not wide receiver 1 numbers. I mean, with his contract, what's he worth? Probably a 3rd or 4th. I don't think you're getting a 2nd. You're not getting a 1st. Well, let's be generous. Let's say he's worth a 3rd. Cole Kmet, good blocker. I think he could be more productive as a receiver, as the primary tight end. He could still be a 400 or 500 yard receiver, I think. Makes $11 million a year, not a crazy contract. What's that, a 4th or a 5th probably? Again, let's be generous. 3rd and a 4th for those two players individually. A 3rd, a 4th, and a day 3 pick does not add up to a 1st. You get a 2nd maybe. Like if some team was just like, yeah, we'll give you the 55th pick for DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, and a 4th or a 5th. Like maybe, but like I think we're probably overvaluing what these guys would get in the trade market. DJ Moore is close to 30 now. Cole Kmet is in his late 20s. He's, his peak days of being a number 1 receiving tight end might be over. So, yeah, I mean, I like both players, and if that was on the table, I'd be definitely open to it, but I don't think that's realistic. Cornelius, thoughts on DC taking over play calling in Detroit, Dan Campbell? Interesting. It's very interesting in all seriousness. I could poke fun if I wanted to, but I won't. It felt weird when he went outside the building to hire John Morton. It didn't promote Tanner Engstrand, who went to the Jets, which obviously the Jets' offense is bad, but is that a Tanner Engstrand problem, or is that a he who shall not be named problem? Don't want to even open up that can of worms, but regardless of what's happening there, it felt weird that they promoted within defensively, but not offensively. It's hard to replace elite coordinators. This is the downfall of having a CEO head coach. Now, Dan Campbell, for one game, looked like a guy who could call plays. Now, the Commanders' defense sucks, so we'll see how it goes moving forward. But I will say this. I don't know if this is going to happen. Could you imagine Week 18 is for the NFC North, and it's Dan Campbell having to take over play calling in Detroit because his former genius OC left to be the Bears head coach, and it's Dan Campbell versus Ben Johnson, division on the line, calling plays? That'd be pretty fun. So it's interesting. I mean, the fact that they did that at 5-3, I mean, I don't want to call it a panic move, but it was definitely surprising. All right, awesome deal alert. If you're watching this live on Monday, these Caleb Williams jerseys, $69.99. They're $70. Chatsports.com/Caleb sale. If it's after Monday, it could still be on sale. These sales kind of come and go. But even if not, they're still a pretty good deal. So go check it out. It actually might be $80 $40 off. I know that. Check it out. Chatsports.com/Caleb sale. Click and shop today. All right. M. Gimp Show. Do you think Caleb throws the ball too hard? He definitely gets revved up sometimes. Now, at times that's required. I mean, that's a strength to have. There are times, especially on like 10 to 15 yard throws, where it's like, was that necessary? Probably not. Gets a little revved up. He's capable of throwing with touch. Had a nice touch throw to Rome Odunze on a corner route to the left. Did it again to Rome Odunze on a corner route to the right. That Rome, it was kind of a full extension, but I thought should have caught it. But yeah, at times he throws the ball really hard, and it's wind chill of 15 degrees. It can be tough to catch the ball. That being said, it's what you're paid to do. If it hits you in the numbers, you got to catch it. So that's just how it is. Kiddis, if you were Ryan Poles and the season ended today, would you extend Jaquan Brisker? I would approach Brisker on a team-friendly 1-year deal, $5-6 million. That's probably about it. Like I think he's a better leader than he is a player, if that makes sense. I think he's a very up-and-down player, above average if you encompass it all, and he's a rah-rah guy. So there's value in that. It's not $10 million worth of value, though. I'd give him $6-7 million. I mean, I think between Byard and Brisker, you probably pick one. And whichever one's cheaper is probably the way I would go. And you either draft or sign another safety. Maybe you get C.J. Gardner-Johnson to slide into that other safety role, and Kyler Gordon gets back in his nickel spot. So we'll see what happens. I like Brisker. I hope he's here. He seems to love Chicago, but I don't think that's a guy you can overpay on. Like, I think you got to be really careful there. Kudos to him, though. He's been healthy this year, which was a big question mark. Subscribe to the channel. We got daily content with our long-form short videos as well. Live shows every Monday, Thursday, and game day for our watch parties. We bring you much more content as well, so hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. These live mailbags every Monday, Thursday, and game day. Oscar Rodriguez, who wins the NFC North? My gut still tells me Detroit, and that's just because they have the most talent. I like where the Bears are at. I think they're in the mix, which is exciting. The Packers are certainly capable, but my gut tells me Detroit's the best team. But they are not as dominant as they were the last couple of years, and I think losing Ben Johnson's played a role in that. There's a reason Dan Campbell took over play calling. So I think the Bears have a shot. Schedule gets a lot tougher. My gut, if I'm just being honest, I don't want you guys to get all upset. My gut tells me it's Detroit. But half a season to go. Plenty of ball games left. Now, are the Bears a playoff team? Pretty good chance. Pretty good chance. They're going to be in the wild card mix. Type Y for yes, type N for no. What say you? All right, haunting history. Sewell has been atrocious against the pass. Why haven't we seen them test the waters with Hyppolite? Well, Hyppolite's hurt now with the knee, but I think that's a sign that he's just not far along, right? I think that's what that's a sign of. Sewell, in run support's been pretty good, but yeah, he's not good laterally. If he has to backpedal, that's not a strength of his. So, look, he's backup linebacker, right? I mean, how many teams, when they get to their third linebacker, they just absolutely love? He's pretty good against the run. He's not very good against the pass. That's typically what backups are. They're good in one area. They're not good in others. They specialize in an area. So, I thought before yesterday, when he has played this year, he's played fairly admirably, but that was not a great showing. Austin, should we fire Richard Hightower in the offseason? I want to see how the rest of the year goes. It has not been great. Even yesterday, kind of buried storyline. The kickoff return to start the second half, almost to midfield. Not too many kickoff returns in that game. A lot of touchbacks. I think the wind played a factor there. But I think you play it out this year. Like, I don't think you would make a change midseason. Let's see how the year plays out. If they finish strong, you probably bring them back. If they don't, maybe make a change. We'll see. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at HGramNFL on Twitter and Instagram. DMs are wide open if you want to talk more Bears ball. Excited to do so with all of you. Give me a follow, slide in the DMs. We can talk.